You gotta lick the end of it so you can get it through.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slam it.
Is that what happens?
Like a Capri Sun straw, just jam it in there.
I'm going to remind you of your technique suggestion there at some point later.
Yeah, when I'm trying to get some ass and you're like, do you remember you saying before? No.
Cram.
You terrifying woman.
Like a Capri Sun.
Come on! The weekend has landed. All that exists now is clubs, drugs, pubs and parties. I've got 48 hours off from the world, man. I'm going to blow steam out of my head like a screaming kettle. I'm going to talk cod shit to strangers all night. I'm going to lose the plot on the dance floor. The free radicals inside me are freaking, man. Tonight I'm 𝓚𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓂. I'm Peter Popper. I'm going to Never Neverland with my chosen family, man. We're going to get more spaced out than Neil Armstrong ever did. Anything could happen tonight, you know? This could be the best night of my life. I've got 73 quid in my back burner. I'm going to wax the lot, man. The Milky Bars are on me!
And now, live from Rule 34 Studio, I bring you a girl whose vagina has the properties of both rubber and gum. Here she is, your host, the one, the only, Kinky Katie.
Hello. Welcome to the show. This is Kinky Katie's World number 442. I'm your very confused host, Kinky Katie. With me, as always, is my favorite flesh covered fuck toy, Mr. SC.
Right.
What's going on?
Okay.
You want to explain a little bit about that one?
What?
About the intro?
If you were a Hunter x Hunter character, you would definitely be Hisoka. And his nan ability is bungee gum, which has the properties of both rubber and gum.
Okay. All right, so I got bungee kind. No.
Right. You got it. It's stretchy and sticky all at the same time.
Yay! Well, we are coming to you live from Rule 34 Studio, KinkyKatieRadio.com and RadioCast.net. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. It is New Year's Eve if you are listening live, and if you're not, well, then obviously it's not. But, yeah, so hi, everybody who's bringing in the new year.
Right.
And stuff.
Okay.
So.
Sure.
Even though, I mean, it could be a totally different time of when you're listening right now.
Definitely a totally different time, most likely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, then I will tell you this ahead of time. If you want to, if they say if you start the movie Forrest Gump at exactly 10 p.m., 38 minutes, and 57 seconds on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
You can ring in the New Year with Lieutenant Dan. Like the scene comes on right when the ball drops and they drop at the same time.
Right. That's good to know.
So I have no legs.
I always wanted that to happen, you know? I wanted to do it with Lieutenant Dan pretty much.
Okay, well, sometimes people want to do stuff like that.
Right. Lieutenant Dan.
I might put it on just for the fuck of it, just to do it.
Okay.
Even though we'll still be on air at the time. Though.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough for you, really.
Well,
I want to see you work that one. I want to see how you're gonna figure this one out.
I could surprise you every once in a while.
You could.
Every once in a while, I do. Like I'll whip out something, and you're just like, "Look at you."
It's usually when it's like a giant dildo and you're trying to cram it somewhere. It's usually when I look at you like that, though. For the most part.
Well, sometimes I'm a go-getter. I try.
Well,
you can't blame me for not trying.
Well, I never blamed you, no.
Oh, no. No. I know that you're just like...
Sometimes I hide.
Yeah, but other times you encourage it. You're like, yeah, okay, let's see you do that.
Well, a lot of times, yeah.
You're so confident you can do that. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, then.
Well, I would call you on your bluff a lot of times.
I know.
And see if you talk shit. I just make sure I just want to, I want to help you fulfill your fantasies, really.
Yeah, or it's just to make sure that I don't talk shit. Cause
well, you can't talk all the shit you want. No, I think a lot of times you genuinely want to whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is legitimate,
Yeah.
So I'm just encouraging the things that you want. I'm not discouraging things is really what I'm doing.
Well, I appreciate that you're very supportive.
Right.
Really supportive.
I try to be.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, we got a story later on where I want to talk about this fucking guy can't really understand why I blocked him. Well, I didn't block him, but I unfriended him.
Okay.
And I won't respond to his DMs.
Okay. You blocked him? Wow.
We'll just get into it.
Right, get into it. I mean, you already started telling the story.
I know. All right, so this guy was messaging me. He was DMing me, and
was he calling you dear?
No.
Okay,
but He said,
She
go.
doesn't like it when you call her dear, just in case you're wondering out there. She's not a big fan of, yes, dear. It's not a big thing for her.
No, it's not.
Just in case you were wondering.
All right. So he was like, how are you? What are your plans for tonight? I know you're married, just chatting. I was like, I'm okay. I got my radio show tonight. You know, just like,
Sure.
all right. Well, I wasn't thinking you were fucking trying to like hit on me or anything, you know, because people do have normal conversations with me and ask,
Well,
what are you doing tonight? Because
Right. It's a thing. People do stuff on New Year's Eve, typically, a lot of times, sometimes.
all right. So,
Maybe.
I mean, it came across a little, you know, whatever, abrupt, but whatever. That wasn't the problem. But then I was talking about like, oh, what's your show? I do a content, and then blah, blah, blah. So I tell him how to listen. And as soon as I send him the link on how to listen, talking about you,
Okay.
he said, I hope he ends up slipping up at all and devaluing you or not appreciating you. I will be there to take you out and appreciate you.
Okay.
I'm like, what?
You know. Right.
Then he starts going on, okay, I like where this theme is going. I like adult humor. I'm a bit of a chem sex addict.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Okay.
So maybe you need to take drugs to fuck? I have no idea. Except for 25 years now, I used to spend 12 hours having sex a day. I'm like, okay.
That's a lot of
It's like,
sex,
but I'm
really.
better
That's
now. Not
really-
reformed, just better time management. Yeah.
I can do it in 10 now. Really?
I'm like, are you just blowing off the fact that you just told me you hope my husband devalues me?
Well, no. I hope that what he said was, to be fair, is that he hopes that I don't devalue. Basically, he hopes that I appreciate what kind of a goddess you are. You know what I mean?
No, he's saying he hopes that you do so he can swoop in and be the
okay.
white knight.
Oh, whatever. Good luck, kid.
Yeah.
I'll give you the keys, the owner's manual. I'll even give you a lesson on how to drive it, and I guarantee you're still not going to be able to back it out of the driveway. You're going to sit in this thing going, how the fuck do I put it in gear? I don't get this, but car, do what I want now. It's not, you know what I mean? Good luck, kid. You know, it's cute. It's cute, really, I think. Doesn't bother me, though.
No, but
You're not, that doesn't get you like stickily moist. You're not, it's not doing it for you.
it's not giving me bubblegum, baby.
No.
No.
Really? Well, it's always about bubblegum.
I can almost guarantee he's got foreskin too.
Ooh, yuck. Wow. Why are you springing that on me? I'm not trying to bang him. Whatever.
I'm not trying to bang him either.
I don't know what you're trying to do. Maybe you are. I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
So what you're saying is we come at girls different ways than that. That is not the way.
Yeah, that is not the
That's
way.
not the way. Are you sure?
Yeah,
some girls will be
I'm
into it.
sure. I mean, well, there might be, but as a general rule, why don't you not start with that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You may want to like little small
Find
talk.
out a little bit for
Yeah, a little
kind
small
of
talk. How's the weather? Where
read the
you're
room a
at?
little bit and
Right.
see what's going on. Then,
You know?
if that's
Is it
if that's
cold
what
where
she's
you're at?
into, then you're like, all right, I can rough her up a bit, and she's down.
Do you have like a bad ice over last week? A lot of people were in the cold. Are you okay? How you doing?
Did you get
warm?
some chapped lips?
Uh-huh.
Is that the problem? It kind of reminds me of SC and I, we watched a documentary today called One Taste. It's about the sex cult. It's on
Right.
Netflix.
Netflix, yeah.
And said you have to own, like, which is basically masturbate.
Well,
Well, it's
you got to start at the beginning. Of
yeah,
stories.
I know.
It works a lot
I'm sorry.
better.
I'm getting ahead of
When you
myself.
think you're like M. Night Shyamalan, you're going to like jump to the end and then, weave your way through. Are you fucking Tarantino? What's happening here?
Well, you got to listen to it at least twice to understand.
Really?
Because you're like, oh, wait, that goes with that and that goes with that. So actually, if you watch it backwards, it makes sense.
If you piece it all together, it's all there. I'm telling you.
Right.
Anyway, the one what was it called again?
One Taste.
One Taste on Netflix. Go.
Oh, okay. So pretty much women were it was a whole pyramid scheme and it's a sham and it was a cult and it was started by a stripper who's old now.
I was getting
and she had
cult
nothing else to
vibes
do.
from this documentary. This lady had done a TED talk on like, claiming your orgasm and women empowering themselves to
Being
have
goddesses of, you are God, you are in like you are it. And
right, and one of her things that a lot of people had heard of was the having somebody masturbate a woman for like 15 minutes.
15 minutes, but mostly
with one motion.
And yeah, one motion, up, down, up, down, up, down. And she just kept repeating it. But she said in the, excuse me, in the upper left quadrant of your clit has the most nerve endings in it.
Right.
Now, if someone was going at me the same fucking...
It wouldn't matter if it was the best thing you had ever felt. Like, it could literally be the magic spot for you. And I know you, after 15 minutes, you're going to go, okay, you need to fucking cut whatever you're doing, cut it out. That's enough.
I'm old. My pussy's like fucking tissue paper. You're just going to slough it right off. And then what? Another fucking injury?
Right.
Do you know how long it takes for me to heal now? I'm old. Can't just slap Neosporin on that shit. It's got to heal thyself.
Well, you can. I don't know if it does any good though.
I don't think you're supposed to.
Right.
Just let it go.
Right. So this lady, whatever the fuck her name was.
Anyway, yeah, right. Nicole something.
Right. She was a really good speaker and really good at she had like.
Well, I wouldn't say she was a really good speaker.
Yeah,
she did.
She talked a bunch of people into giving her a whole lot of fucking money.
Yeah, for one seminar, one seminar was $15,000.
Right.
And then it started changing because there was more men coming instead of women. And they're like, we need more women to do this, because during the demonstration, they would have a woman either who worked there from the audience come up, and she would be they're like, take your pants off, you stick this pillow under your butt and this between your legs and da-da-da. This is Sven. Sven's going to come in and he's going to diddle you for 15 minutes or an hour or something to show everyone how to do this technique. It's like, oh.
Right.
And they were all on psychedelics.
Right. So anyway, back to the background of the story before the middle of the story.
Right.
She was like in California, Silicon Valley kind of thing. So a lot of like tech guys and girls were going to, she had made this cult-like warehouse called the Warehouse, I think.
Right.
Where they were doing like daily seminars, and which involved a lot of guys, people touching people and just group sex and there was BDSM type stuff. There
was stuff going on all the time. Like there was this one building that there was maybe like 40 or 50 people lived in that were part of her cult, and they, like they put like a magnet note on the fridge, like orgy in my room at 7. If you want to come.
With LSD and whatever other drugs they were doing. They didn't really talk a lot about the drugs they were doing, but they mentioned it a few times.
They did mention, though, acid and mushrooms.
They did say acid and mushrooms, which, sounds like a party to me, really. I mean, it's actually sounded like a lot of fun, until they were getting to the end of the whole process there. And they were getting like
abusive.
Really, like
they would beat the shit out of you. They would give you,
suggest that you need to have sex with
to stop
your coworkers.
If you were arguing with a coworker, you need to fuck and not fight.
And another thing that she was really well known for was she was talking a lot about like forced sex and was saying that you can't.
That's where this whole thing came from.
You can't. Basically, as long as you go along with it, you're never going to get raped ever, because you're going along with it. So obviously, you need to learn to be okay with whatever is being put in front of you.
And she was talking about having T-shirts that says, "I was raped and all I got was a victim story."
Yeah, no, all kinds. She has all kinds of really fucked up quotes for sure. Well, at least in that documentary, there were some clips that were like, whoa.
And then she says, and in the exact same seminar that she's talking about, like, rape's fine. Whatever. What's wrong with it? Just go along with it. It'll be fine. You need to accept the predator ways of men.
Okay.
That's just in their nature. That's just how they are. I'm like, oh my God. And then, oh God.
I mean, you say all of this, and however, a lot of the things, the way she looks at, or at least in the documentary, how she was talking about the things, her little course and whatnot, a lot of that you would be totally into. You don't disagree with a lot of it.
Some of it, but there's a lot and then she was talking about, she goes, well, yeah, I was molested as a kid. That's just what your dad did. I mean, he's in jail right now for molesting like 15 children. I'm like, oh!
I think it was more than that.
Oh
but
my
yeah.
God. Well, there probably was. So she was so flippant about, like, she was just like, whatever. That's just love. He's on the fourth dimension and he's trying to figure out how to deal with the third dimension. He's just got too much going on. I'm like, no, he's a fucking pedo, you dippy shit. Anywho.
You're 1,000 miles a minute. Jesus Christ.
I guess I'm caffeinated.
Are you? I don't know. What's happening? Adderall? I don't know.
I have no.
Like,
What, you got any?
God. You were shot out of a cannon.
Well, it's New Year's. Happy New Year's anyway. Happy New Year's Eve.
Right. You're just all fired up about bitch.
I guess so. I don't know, because it made me mad, because because you even said too, you're like, oh, I could see you say something like that.
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
No.
You don't hear yourself. This is what I'm saying.
Am I that aggressive?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you're that aggressive, 100%. And especially like when dealing with two other people, you'll be like, you two just need to fuck. Like that was exactly what they were complaining about at the end. Like the two people are arguing and they said, you two need to leave the room and don't come back until you
don't come back until you have sex.
Right.
Yeah.
I can totally see at some point in your life, you definitely telling somebody, I think you have said that to people. Then again, you weren't their boss. You weren't their employer. It is completely different when you're charging people, hundreds of thousands of dollars to come and take a course with you. That basically she was telling the instructors, after a while, they just get tired of doing this shit, and you have to go and entertain the new recruits and whatnot. So let them diddle you. It's like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. Especially 15 minutes of with some kind of weird eye contact above you. Yeah, baby. You like that?
Yeah, and then they would have like private parties too, or sessions. Like when they do sessions, they would have all the girls laying on tables, and all the people would come up and just stand there right between their crotch, and then start to. It was just everybody had their own, like dissection
session.
Frog,
Right.
but
It sounds like a party. What are you talking about? None of this is sounding bad to me at all. I don't know where you're coming from.
And there was a belly dancer with a snake, and there was someone like doing like monk chants.
Let's break this down. So there's a warehouse with a lot of people who are just bound and determined to have orgasms, right? And we're all taking drugs, and we have play toys and BDSM racks.
You're in a safe space,
and sort of. Okay, I'm struggling. I'm struggling for this here. Really. I mean, obviously the people that were working there, well, they were working there. What are you doing? Why are you working here?
She wanted to bond with me.
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that the things that they were doing, the exercises they were doing, it sounds like that would be a whole lot of fun. No doubt, if you were with willing people that wanted to do this, it could be a great time.
Yeah.
Right.
I
could totally see getting sucked into that, Well,
but if it's against your will, that don't do that.
Not really, because like living with a bunch of people like that, like having this warehouse full of people who are after this like sexual
awakening or
something, right?
Control.
Like I'm going to figure out the secret of life through my
orgasm.
Okay, and that's fun and all for a while, but at some point I'm going to just be like, all right, I'm tired of you and I am leaving. Like I wouldn't want to be around it 7 days a week at all. I would not want that being my existence.
And then they said that they were all super duper manipulative and would just like say the right things, just make you feel like shit. Like they would have hired like the broken ones, and then
Well, I mean that's all part of just ways to get people to do things. Is those are all just psychological tricks. I mean all of that.
It's fucked up.
I mean that lady definitely believed her own bullshit though.
Oh yeah.
Like she wasn't. I don't think she was like just trying to make money. Trying to make money, yes. But I think she drank her own fucking Kool-Aid and was all into it.
I think it got to that point, yes. I think after she did enough drugs and fucking talked this shit for so long that, yes, of course I do.
People.
But in the beginning, she started off as a stripper and she was hustling people.
Okay. I don't know. Like I said, I think she always believed her bullshit. I think she always knew that people could have orgasms that couldn't, and she could get people to respond in a sexual way. You know what I mean? And, and that her course actually could help. But here again, definitely not for everybody. And it is for, like, if you all agree, but, you know.
Right. I mean,
what are we talking about?
There was consent. Well, actually, yeah.
In the beginning, or so they described.
Well, when they said during the whole SA situation.
Okay. The whole sexual assault situation.
Yeah, well, sometimes people get in trouble if you say certain words. So whatever.
You don't want to trigger people. You don't want people freaking out. You're just trying to be nice. That's fine. Anyway,
she was saying, you know, there wouldn't be any sexual assault or rape if you just said, if you just did it.
Right.
I'm like, wow.
Right. I just want to know where this place is still going on, right? Like, we can totally go and get a job, can't we? Can we do this? What's happening here?
There's a New Year's Eve tradition. It used to be, it said in the late 1800s and early 1900s. It says it was a tradition that on the 31st of December, the wife would kneel in front of her husband and apologize for everything she got wrong during the course of the year.
Hell yeah. I don't know what country this is in, but they're obviously
this is the United States.
Genius people.
This is what it used to be.
Right. So what are you apologizing for? What's happening here?
I don't know. What did I do wrong?
Oh, okay. I have to tell you?
No, I go.
We have a problem, really.
Yeah, because if you have to tell me, then
I'm not doing my job, I guess, or you're definitely not doing your job.
I have no help from the outer world.
They don't pay.
From the confines of this place.
They won't talk to me. They just shun me. They look at me. We're not supposed to talk to you, lady.
Oh, we know. You've got the symbol burned into you.
Right.
You're branded.
Yeah, there was no branding in that cult you were talking about, though. I didn't see.
No, there wasn't.
I did see they did have a picture of somebody who had done a BDSM scene and carved some initials in somebody. Oh, I don't know if that's related to the cult.
I think they would have talked about that.
Right, I think they would
because that
too.
NXIVM sex cult, the guy branded fucking people
branded
with his initials, and if you
Right.
looked at another way, it was her initials. The chick who
we say that, and we know people who brand each other. I mean, that's
I know.
You know what I mean?
For a long time, you wanted me
What's
to
the
brand
difference?
you.
No, well, yeah, but not like as in possession, just because I wanted a branding.
Right. Yeah, because you just thought it'd be cool and you wanted to do it.
Yeah, it's like a tattoo or whatever, right?
Right.
Same idea.
Right.
Except that, I realize I've done, I've had nasty injuries and I just don't scar like that. It just, basically I would get totally burned, right?
Go through all that pain.
Go through all of the, everything and then end up with not what I wanted at all. It would be a shame.
And end up with 2 years later, you can't even see it.
Right. No,
it's
exactly.
Totally gone.
Exactly. It would be completely disappointing.
It's like,
Why
are
did
we
I
going
do
to have
that?
to do this again?
I mean, that's like getting a tattoo with clear ink.
You got to go over at least 3 or 4 times.
Right. Right. It's like the all white tattoos that you see. I mean, it's just like a scarification thing that you're not even going to see the scar. You know what I mean?
All white?
Yeah. They'll just do white and they'll have something on them tattooed in white, because they don't want a big noticeable tattoo.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
White
Because
ink tattoos.
Yeah. I liked those though, but then I always thought I was too pale.
Right.
And then after I got my giant cock tattoo on my leg, when he was like, you should never not get a color tattoo.
Yeah. Well, because it just looks.
But I like it because I am pale. So
pale skin is good for that kind of thing.
And I'm
for color.
Naturally pale, not just.
Okay,
I don't leave
not
the
just
house pale.
like powder pale. You got struck by lightning and now have the powers of a god, kind of a thing.
Well,
you've transcended human existence and become pure energy, right?
Don't you fuck with my dust?
Okay.
You don't know.
Powder reference, fine. Hunter reference, no good. Apparently.
I've seen Powder. I've seen Hunter, but I really wasn't paying that close attention to it.
You know the really horny clown?
Yes.
Horny clown. That's his gig, is the rubber and gum.
Oh.
Makes a lot more sense now, doesn't
Then why
it?
didn't you just And you bitch about me saying
wait,
people's names. Why didn't you just say horny clown?
Look. Now, if you ever don't, and you said this last week, if you ever don't understand it, you're just not getting the reference. That's all. You'll understand me if you just got the reference. I forget what you said, but it made absolutely no sense. And it was all about your reference.
Whatever.
Okay. So I know what it's like to be misunderstood.
If you're really into Lord of the Rings, they have a new limited edition Lord of the Rings butt plug. It's got the eye of Sauron.
You gotta say it with the accent. It's no good unless you say it. Don't say Sauron.
Okay, I must say I don't know the accent.
No, I didn't even know if that's an accent, but whatever. That's how they say it. Yeah, they do a little fucking rolled R and they Sauron. Right. Chile. Salsa.
And then it's scripted with that. The inside of the ring, it's all around the plug itself.
Right.
And it's gold. It's pretty.
It's just one plug to plug them all. Kind of, is that what's happening?
That's it. Mm-hmm. You know?
Does it glow when orcs are around?
Ooh, that I don't know. I thought it was only the blades, the elf blades would glow.
Well, there was one thing in there. I don't know. There's probably more, but there was something that did that. So why not? Why not a butt plug? You might as well make it useful in case you get attacked. Attacked by orcs. Right. While you're having butt plug fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all right.
Well, they like to stick giant things in people's butts. It's a little known thing in the Lord of the Ring universe.
I think I'm part orc. He is just balled up tight. Poor little thing is terrified. Yeah, there's fireworks. They're setting off like cannons.
And he's the commander in arms cat, you know, who bullies the other cats all the time.
So he can't show people that his
he's sensitive to stuff, right?
Something like that.
He's got to put up a front.
Said Hooters is closing a lot of locations because millennials aren't that into boobs anymore. But, and then someone had commented like, "Hey Hooters, yeah, we're into buttholes and true crime now." But like, people don't like tits. I'm like, I still like tits.
Right, tits are great.
I have tits. And I think they're pretty swell.
Right. I mean, they're on most women. So, I mean, what if I was somebody...
Some men too.
If I was somebody who just hated boobs, like, what does that make me? I hate, like that. That's one of the most feminine parts of a lady is, you know, being able to feed a child. You know.
I mean, even if you don't have tits, maybe if you're flat or have tiny titties, you can still feed children.
Right. Unless they got cut off or injured in some kind of horrific
unless you had to have like a mastectomy or something like that.
Whatever, or car accident, who knows?
Right.
Lost your tits. You leaned up on an aquarium one day. Just cut them right off.
Oh my God, that's how my boyfriend lost half his ass.
I lost my ass one day.
I lost my ass in the fish game.
That's right, down in Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, sat on an aquarium, lost my ass cheek. Cut it right off like a guillotine right in the water.
Oh, El Popa is El Nopa.
Old El Popa.
Well, no, he's El Nopa.
He's previous El Popas.
Yeah, previous El Popa died.
The popes, do they still like call them your eminence Pope. And shit? Like,
yeah, they still call him your popeness. Or,
I didn't think before this one. I didn't know of any popes that like retired. You know, pretty much you were pope till you were dead. Like, who would give that up? I mean, you have like unlimited children you can rail at any moment. Well, I'm just saying, you're the pope. I mean, if you can be a regular clergyman in the Catholic Church, right, and just rail away mercilessly, because, you know, and if you could get away with that just as a regular, but if you're the Popa of the Popa, what? You get your pick, right? I mean, that's got to be a dream for those people. Like, who would give that up if that's what you're into? You know.
I'm sure he probably has his little minions go pick things up from him at the corner
This is what
daycare.
I'm saying. I know.
Because
like,
whatever
style, but different. But in like Italian.
But now Venetian.
Right. Oh, so that dude was old though.
95.
It was Pope Benedict or whatever, wasn't it?
I think he was 95. Yeah, Benedict.
Oldest.
They all look creepy except for that, I think, John Paul.
He
didn't look
Pope
creepy.
John Paul II.
He looked a little bit like...
First? I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't know.
The
I'm
one
not
before the
Catholic,
one. Neither am I.
You know.
We're doing Pope Watch 2022.
Well, I'm just because just a lot of people fucking like died lately, and
Is it like an angel gets his wings now? That the Pope died?
Every time a Pope dies, children are released from purgatory.
Right.
They get to go to heaven.
We just watched a show like that. All the dead people were released from purgatory.
All right.
Same thing. Same thing, right? It all ties in.
And then they got reunited with their demons.
Correct.
Which my little demon is somewhere.
Correct.
Over there or something.
We're watching children's shows on HBO.
Well, they're not really children's shows.
Kind of. It's not a children's show. It's, His Dark Materials, not like, it's whatever. I enjoyed it. It was kind of sad.
It's not over
yet.
Even though it should be.
It's over. They had an ending.
Mostly.
I gotta have to hand it to any series that just give me an ending. And like, I don't even care if it's good anymore. Just fucking finish it.
Tie it up.
Right. Even, you're not gonna tie it all up because you've left weird little breadcrumbs all along the way, no matter what series it is, and you never get answers, and fine, because some series just suck like that. But at least do something, so at least I think it's over. It's not just right in the middle of the fucking story. We're not picking it up for another season, so see ya. Sorry, bitch. I know you watch this you watch this 24 hours a day for the last 4 weeks in a row. Every second of time that you had extra, you spent watching this show. And we're not going to end it. Fuck off. You're not getting it.
Or else, we're going to get canceled. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're never going to find out.
Right. Or it gets picked up somewhere else and you don't even find out about it.
No, that could be too.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, like Manifest, that's sketchy.
I don't trust anything until it's over now. Let me know when it's done.
And then we'll check it out.
Then I'll check it out.
All right, we're going to go to episode of Rule 34. And when we come back, we've got some more things to talk about and stuff like that. So, stick around. Go pee. Go get something to eat. Go do something. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Kinky Katie's World, Rule 34 Studio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, and RadioCast.net. You can get me on social media, Twitter at Kinky Katie Radio, KinkyKatieRadio.com, KinkyKatieRadio@gmail.com. You can Google me, because I like it. You can also get me on Instagram and YouTube. So like and subscribe if you want some more. I have to say, outfit tonight is provided by one of the friends and fans of the show, so as a birthday gift. So I want to say thank you for the robe that I am wearing. It is super soft and silky, and I dig it. So I like it.
Right.
So, yeah. And it is New Year's Eve. If you are listening live to where I am, it's about an hour, a little less than an hour and a half until the ball drops.
Right. Little Beastie Boys reference there.
A little bit.
Okay. I just wanted to explain to people, in case they never heard of the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, there's only one left.
One Beastie Boy?
One lonely Beastie I.B.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, but the other two are dead.
2 out of 3?
2 out of 3 are dead.
Huh, no shit.
So I thought that was...
I'm watching you, buddy. Yeah. I'm watching you.
I've always had a thing for someone who had good hand game.
Okay. Like,
you know what I mean? Well, I mean...
hand signals?
Well, like going...
What?
Well, no. Going back to talking about that whole sex cult.
DJ Bean Flicka.
Right.
Okay.
A guy who knows how to
flick a bean.
Fucking finger.
Okay.
And set like, I think that's awesome and amazing. And I don't know. It just.
I like a good finger, is what I'm saying.
I do.
Dude,
because
it's nice.
Well, I like the thing that you do when you take the palm of your hand, you kind of grind into the clit as you're digitally going at it.
Right. You seem to be a fan.
I am quite a fan of that.
You like just pressure a lot of times and not like the thing that they were saying to do in the little ohm thing. I know from personal experience with you, you would have about 20 seconds of that. And you'd be like, okay, go fuck off. Like that particular movement, no matter where it was, you would be like, okay, that's like, maybe you'd be okay with it for a few seconds.
A little bit.
15, 20 seconds into it, and you would be angry. You would turn angry. And it wouldn't even be like honey, you need to move. It'd be like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Who taught you how to do this?
Don't ever do that again. That would be you. It would be great.
I have gotten, I don't know. I do get aggressive. I have been aggressive, but I know you're like, no, no, but I mean, I have.
Nobody ever could imagine really you doing that at all. Getting mad at somebody about whatever they're doing and just, I mean, really letting them know you're pretty good at that.
Well, yeah. Well, because it's been quite a few times. It's like, dude, we're already here. I'm here to fuck. Can we do that? Can we do that?
And I go back to the guy at the beginning who was saying, who was getting you angry about it. Like I said, good luck, dude. Well, go ahead. Give it a shot. Let's see what happens. You're going to get belittled and you're going to walk away crying and wonder what just happened to you.
I'm an old lady. I'm not here to teach.
You're going to have a sore butt and sore feelings. All of the above, all the way around.
You'll be butthurt in every sense of the word.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. It's also funny too that people have. We're watching one of the things that another thing about that lady for the cult leader is saying like people would tell she's a monster. You want nothing to do with her.
Right.
Leave her alone. You're like, people have said that about you.
You.
Yeah. They've said that about me.
Not you. Well, maybe about you.
Maybe about you.
It could have been. I don't know.
Not you, but you.
Right. Like I said, you're not, you could have been a similar kind of, you could have been for sure. But you wouldn't have been that driven to like make money, and you would have just been, wanting
weird.
To have fun. Correct.
Just weird and cunty.
like if you could have a sex cult that lived in a warehouse that you just talked a bunch of people into coming over and having a good time, you would have been all about it. For sure.
All right.
Somebody's got money to pay for this? Cool. I'm going to hang out for a little while till I get mad. Then I'm leaving.
Until you get mad, until I've had enough. And once I've had enough, I've had enough.
Right. Right. And you wouldn't have had a lot of time for, they talked a lot about feelings, like.
What are those?
Exactly. You would have a zero curriculum on feel. You'd have been like, okay, whatever.
Empathy. See, how do I say that E word? No, translate.
I know. So, I mean, part of it is there are aspects of the way that a lady acted that you would definitely, I've heard you say similar things for sure.
I'm an asshole.
Which is why you get so revved up when you were watching it and talking about it too. You feel like, that stupid bitch.
This is hitting a little close to home.
That's what I'm saying. That's like when the way too hetero for his own good dude, is gay bashing in some way, shape, or form, but he likes to eat a dick every once in a while. Same kind of an idea.
I've tried conversion therapy. That's where I met my husband.
We heard that somewhere too.
It was something like that.
It was something like that.
There was back to the sexual assault thing, and some of you are going to be like, oh God, Kate. Well, this woman, she wanted to warn other girls on New Year's Eve about getting drunk and drinking too much, because she was filmed getting rammed in a nightclub.
Okay.
And she was drunk.
Right.
But she consented, and now she's full of regret. And she's like, women don't do that. Men are horny. And it's like, no, bitch, it's on video. You were like, yes.
Well, and you had, obviously, when the film, hit social media, you weren't in the right state of mind to make a decision. Okay.
My God, Shannon, is that you?
Right. However, that was you, and that was you saying it was okay, and you weren't was she falling down drunk, or just,
no,
having a too good of a time?
She was having too good of a time.
And lost herself.
And this happened before she even met him, so it's like, it didn't look like didn't look like anybody drugged or drank, like gave her like a fucking roofie.
Well, the message is still good. Be careful what you do, because you don't make good decisions when you drink.
Right. Of course. That's, yes. Don't do that. But don't say, like, oh, it was like, don't try to turn it into like,
an assault. Is what you're saying.
Right. Because
It's
no,
it's not
you did
ethical
it.
to do. It's not ethical, I don't think. Like, I mean, obviously,
Because it makes harder for other girls to fucking actually have.
want to get some ass.
No, if they actually have a problem or something happens, actually be believed or shit like that, you know?
I know what you mean. It's kind of belittling somebody who, in your mind, that was like brutally attacked somehow.
Right.
I gotcha.
So
I gotcha. However, the message is still good.
Yes.
Be careful when you go out and drink because you're going to be stupid. You know,
Right.
be prepared for being stupid. If you're going to be stupid, don't get butthurt about it later.
well,
'Cause you
do some lube.
I mean, here again, people should be nice enough to take care of you and not fuck with you when you're
Well, they should be,
blackout.
but some people be like, "Oh my god, who the fuck brought her along? Like, why is she here?"
Well, and here again,
Let's ditch her.
you're around a lot of other people who are drunk and making the same bad decisions you are. They could have the
Maybe.
same feeling that you had when they saw the video, like, "Oh my god, I did that in front of everybody." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like that is.
it's a learning.
My mom
it's a
is
life
going to
lesson.
see that. Really, you tagged her. Why did you tag my mother?
Kidding me? Everybody's tagged your mother.
Right.
I should know. I've met her. I don't know. Sex 3 to 5 times a week can prevent erectile dysfunction.
Really?
And it can also keep your package in shape.
Huh. Does that include manual sex? Does it have to be with another person? Or are we just talking about some working it out? You got to work it out one way or another.
I would say because unless,
What would it matter?
well, okay, unless the person you're having sex with is on top, you're pretty much doing all the work. Well, no, I mean, you're doing a lot of the work. And maybe that's what they're talking about is you get more
Are
physical.
you talking about like aerobic activity kind of a thing
Maybe.
from like an exercise standpoint?
more cardio,
But they're
help
saying,
the blood flow.
really? I'm
Maybe.
thinking you're using it so you're pumping blood to the thing that doesn't get blood pumped to it.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
It's going to atrophy and fall off.
That's kind of what they're saying is
Diabetic dick.
So at least 3 to 5 times you need to release your seed.
Isn't that what
Jerk off.
that dude Weinstein had? Didn't he? He had a dick problem because of diabetes. I thought, where that was
I don't
the
know.
word on the street.
People
the
said it
rumor
looked
was,
all fucked up though.
I think it was diabetic fucked up. Like parts of it fell off. I don't know. Could be. Maybe that's just the own story I've made up in my head.
Touch it. It's like,
That's-
touch what? Ew.
Really, I'm just saying he's a gross looking dude. Like,
is. Troll.
and not really that you have to look like anything, but then being a rich douchebag, kind of you're already 1 point down in my book to begin with, right? Then you open your mouth and you talk and you go, oh my god, you're a dickbag too. You're just all the way around.
Speaking of dick bags, there's a new thing you can do to people, but hear me out first before you jump to conclusions. Getting tated. Now I don't mean sex trafficking people. Don't get yourself tated like that. But when they were doing the clip of a video of him bitching at that 𝓚𝓵𝓽𝓵𝓵.
And here again, background for those that get Andrew Tate had done a Twitter video, and during the Twitter video, he had this really weird, awkward, like he had this robe on because the guy is douchey as all hell. Like had this robe on and did this thing where he pulled it back and gave his little nipple, just gave it a little flick there.
He pulled his robe open and just like, and we call it a bean dip. It's just, you like flick the tit up, just the nipple.
In the middle of his response after getting dunked on by an autistic 19-year-old, after getting completely humiliated in public, which for a dude like that is really not good news. And then to reach down, pull your nipple out just for no good reason, and give it a nice little bean dip there.
little flick of the switch.
I've been tating you all weekend.
So yeah, I've been tated all weekend. Like, I'm sitting on the couch, I'll just reach over and go whap, just smack my nipple.
Anyway, nobody's going to understand any of that
Please,
in an audio fashion. That is not going to translate very well.
It's being added to the Urban Dictionary right now.
Right.
It is.
I think at any time you can make a douchebag like that, looking like the douchebag that he is, I think you have to really.
Well, you didn't even have to make them; they do it themselves.
Really, you have a point. Really, it's all self-evident.
It's like just let it go.
It's almost like sometimes when they say, this person, that person needs to. Nobody needs to hear this person because they're this, that, or the other. Doesn't it like prove your point that they're that ridiculous when you just listen to them? Like when you just go, here, take the microphone, and you hear what they have to say, and you go, right.
Well, that's like what happened when when I was way too drunk to be driving, and you and the other person did not have a driver's license, and you're like, just listen to her.
Right. No, you want to know why I'm doing this? Just turn around and you'll get it. And I'm just trying to
not die in the process.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Or have her get a DUI or
right. This crazy drunk lady behind us. Yeah, her. Right. Mm-hmm. That one. The one that looks like she wants to know where your manager is. Yeah.
I was young. It was a long time ago.
Right.
It was a very long time ago. I don't do that anymore.
Sure.
I'm not. There's if you guys want something to do, there's an OnlyFans model. She wants to see.
Why do you say it was such like you're like OnlyFans model?
No, people do that. They're like, oh, like what do you do? Like I'm a model on like OnlyFans. No,
Okay.
like, what do you do? And they go, I'm a soldier in Call of Duty.
Okay. Anyway,
she wants to see 2022 go out with a bang. So she's putting on a sex party on New Year's Eve right now.
She's doing her own little
on her OnlyFans
fest there.
So if you know, I think, well, maybe. I don't know.
Flicker bean for 15 minutes straight.
I think, but she wants to go with a bang. So either she's doing some toys and flicking beans, or else she's actually having special guests to come over and run that train or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Wonder how popular of a genre that is on OnlyFans. The
train?
Yeah, I mean,
train station.
Well, this is what I'm saying. How do you arrange this, right? Like having any of these girls that do any of those kind of shows. It could be OnlyFans. It could just your classic show up for a giant 100-person bukkake video. How do you recruit? Like, what's happening here? How do you get? I mean, obviously, you could get guys to show up to bang somebody.
Craigslist.
But I'm just saying, there are people who are like socially just weirded out anyway, let alone some weird, awkward. Even to me, that would be like the weirdest thing in the world. I'm going to go bang this girl that she's a porn star and
with like 700 other people.
I mean, I guess I could be in the. I would have to really. I would have to study hard for that one. I'd have to prep pretty good. I would have to be on something 100%. I couldn't do that sober.
No,
I don't think so. No, sober it would be no fun. I could not get into the depravity of it.
Well, I was about to say. I mean, we used to bang in front of people, but then I was like, no, we were fucked up.
Yeah, but that's not like showing up for somebody that I haven't met and they said, okay, you're one of the 100 dudes I'm going to fuck on this, insert the video here, right? Like that situation in general, show up and bang some random, I mean, I guess that's
like we're sharing a hole, but
I guess that's like standard porn star stuff, really. I mean, they're just showing up and banging whoever.
You're just kind of there seeing everyone because when you've been with someone, they've had other partners before, maybe not right after one another.
We didn't exactly have a convention and meet each other, though, at the same time. Like, we didn't all bang her for the first time at the same time.
Right. That's what I'm saying is, it wasn't right after, one after another. But I mean, you have fucked other people.
Right.
I have fucked a lot of other people. It's just.
Yeah, a lot. Anyway.
Well, you have a lot too.
That whole, you can't prove anything. That whole, the whole situation though is what I'm saying. I'm like, that's a weird one to walk into for anybody, let alone people aren't getting less socially awkward. Like, you know what I mean? They're getting less good at dealing with people in a personal fashion.
Hi, Bob. Hey.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? What do you think I'm doing here?
I mean, like I said, even for me, and I had no problem talking to a strange girl at a bar and going and having sex with her. That never You know, I didn't feel weird doing that or awkward or anything like that. Even me, who doesn't have social issues, walking into that, I don't know how I would respond. Like, I'm not sure that I would be down for the party. It would get down to it, and I'd be like, I think I'm just gonna leave. Like, unless I was ripped on something. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they have
high-powered blotter. I could get into that then.
I haven't had blotter in a long time.
Right.
I mean, but they have like fluffers and stuff that are there, you know, to get you ready to go.
Yeah, this is
or
what
keep
I'm
you
saying.
occupied while you're milling around doing nothing.
That's what I'm saying. You know, the whole process would be a weird thing, you know? It would be a strange situation. It would be hard. Or it wouldn't be hard. I'm not sure if it would be. I make no guarantees.
Take some Blue Cheer Viagra. It'll be hard.
Maybe, just go through better living through modern pharmacology, yeah?
Or just insert rod.
Ooh, no. What? Why does it always have to be something going up an ass? What are you talking about?
No, it's not up an ass. No, they do have sounding rods. Sometimes they do have for rigidity in cocks.
Rigidity?
Yeah. If you can't stay hard, or if it's not hard enough, like it's like putting toothpaste back in the jar. I mean, back in the
skewer
tube.
it and then ram the rope in.
You ram the not ram, but you know, you put the
I'm getting like
sounding rod in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting a mental image of like
a corn dog.
No, like tufting a rug or sewing something, you know what I mean? Threading it through a needle and jamming the needle in, kind of a thing. I don't know.
Well, no, because there's doesn't come out the other side.
Okay, so it's not exactly the same kind of metaphor, but you get the idea. Feeding something soft through something.
You got to lick the end of it so you can get it through.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slam it.
Is that what happens?
Like a Capri Sun straw, just jam it in there.
I'm going to remind you of your technique suggestion there at some point later.
Yeah, when I'm trying to get some ass and you're like, do you remember you saying before? No.
Cram.
You terrifying woman.
Like a Capri Sun. Bend over. See I'm going to hit whatever I hit. See how lucky you're feeling this New Year's.
No, you gotta wait till I at least take an hour to charge up my ramming dildo. So,
why?
Because it moves.
Okay.
So you can just like fucking tie the suction cup and then string it around and tie it to like your shoulders or something so it stays in, like it anchors it.
I've lost track of what exactly you're envisioning.
It's all right. It's what I got in my head.
Okay.
It's okay. Think of like a Borat singlet.
Okay.
But there's a dildo in your butt.
You could literally say that about any outfit, really.
It holds in place.
Think about a Borat singlet, but with something up your ass. Think about a tuxedo, a black tuxedo, but with something stuck up your ass. Same thing. It's almost identical.
No, but what I had like going on in my head, it was different. Except it was with rope.
Rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're thinking about at all. I have no clue. It's all right. I'd ask for an artist rendition, but...
You could get into that AI thing.
What AI thing?
You know, the AI art where you describe what you want it to do and then they spit out some images.
There you go. I'm sure the AI would do good with that. Artists all hate the AI but I kind of like AI artwork though.
I do too, but
I don't know why.
But there's a whole like hullabaloo. I haven't heard anything in a while about it, but I haven't seen anyone posting about it. So
I mean, it's for sure the people who make a living doing art, they're not going to like it at all. I mean, 100%. I can see why they wouldn't like it. But I like looking at it. It's weird. It's bizarre. It's not quite right. And when you look at it, it's not right.
Right.
But you can't quite peg what it is not right about it.
Sometimes.
Like it's just has that eerie feeling to me, which is, I would argue, pretty good. I like the eerie feeling.
You do.
Uh-huh.
You also like in the middle
a little disconcerted,
just
like what is that? There's something weird about that face. I don't know what it is.
It's got the haunted soul of a dead child.
Something.
It's like, I can see it.
Something.
It's just stuck. I can't look away.
Kind of a person, but like the arms aren't right. But I'm a little aroused. I don't understand it. I don't know why. I am so hard. I don't know what's going on.
Are you my sleep paralysis monster?
Right. How did they meet you? Jesus.
What did you put into this machine? There was German police. They're on the hunt for 60 containers of stolen bull cum.
But you were talking about that a little while back, the market for 55-gallon drums of bull semen.
Right, because I saw it on the latest Jackass that they doused someone. Yeah, they had a drum of bull cum.
Right.
Well, this is in Germany. They're missing 60. Apparently, this is like special stud shit.
This is like high class German bull cum.
Yeah.
Right. It's for the next Oktoberfest. They really like to lube them up.
Bull. You know, they want to have big old fucking testicles to munch on. I don't know, but 60 containers of this stuff is gone, and they're like, you need to keep it cold or else it's going to spoil.
No, we're hoping it spoils. I don't think you understand what a bukkake video is.
I like it chunky, thank you.
And we only want
fermentation.
If we're going to pour this all over Trixie, it's got to be world-class bull semen. We are not doing cheap Walmart Chinese knockoff Wish.com bull cum. I want good German stock.
Quality.
I want Aryan bull cum is what I want. That's what I'm looking for to dump all over Trixie.
Oh my God.
It's to make her feel guilty about her whiteness.
By being covered in more whiteness.
Yeah, more whiteness by Aryan bulls. Were those bulls Nazis? We don't really know, but they were from Germany. I don't know.
Do you see the brand? That is a swastika.
I wonder if they got to do that in other countries too. Branding of cattle and such.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
How else you get? I mean, they do like ear tags now. I mean, everything's an ear tag now. So.
Oh well, yeah, or a nose tag.
Right. So they're clipping it on them. They're not like burning it into them anymore. I don't think.
Well,
it seems pretty barbaric.
Okay. Do you want to burn it, or you want to punch a hole in them, either in their nose or their ear?
I would say it's a lot easier to heal from a piercing than it is
than a brand.
That could get infected.
Well, still a piercing.
Well, okay. We're talking about like it's a bigger wound. What?
It's a wound.
You should know something about big wounds.
It's just a gash. No big deal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing that they were saying, they said if going back to the whole like erectile dysfunction thing, that if you're having trouble staying hard, they said avoid cowgirl, avoid a chick on top because your dick will be fighting gravity.
Okay. Yeah, because you're pumping the blood up as opposed to letting it come down. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Mm-hmm. It is easier to be upright and sport a diamond cutter for sure. I think standing is the way. I don't know. I'm liking standing now.
Well, you haven't had a problem.
I know, but I'm liking standing. You're not hearing me.
No, I am hearing you. I am hearing you. And I'm seeing you make that face.
I'm going to hold you down and do the Om treatment to you. Come on. You believed in her whole prescription there. You were all into it.
Do you really want to fucking take like a goddamn eraser to my clit and just wipe it, rub it away?
Maybe I do. Maybe I want to make up for all the men you belittled when they were trying to diddle you.
What are you gonna put in the shadow box?
Maybe I'm like the Punisher, but I'm getting back for all of those men you trampled on.
Some of them wanted the trampling. Okay.
I think I've met several that did not want the trampling but got the trampling.
I'm sorry. Do you remember?
Several.
Jeez, Katie.
I've seen several.
I love you so much.
I've seen several females suffer the same fate at your hands.
Fuck bitches.
100%. You said it. I didn't.
I don't get along with women.
You do. Well, this is, you're kind of misogynistic.
I'm socially awkward.
No, you like to play with boobies. You like to do what?
I'm a 50-year-old horny man on the prowl.
You like to do what you want to do with them, and when you're done, you want them to leave.
I want them to be treated like how I was treated. That's the only way that I know.
Maybe that's it.
That could be.
I'm not going to psychosomatic you, really. I'm not here to say what caused what. I'm dealing with the aftermath. So, really.
Yep.
I have to just tell a girl, hey, you got to go. Like, no, sorry. Nice to meet you. See you later.
Yeah.
Here's your stuff.
you're not the first. You're not going to be the last. That's just
Don't feel bad about it, really.
That's how she is.
I know it seemed weird. It turned on a dime there, but it happened. So
the things were going so good.
They were.
Yeah, they were. And then
they weren't.
Then they were. Yeah. Now they're not.
You're way too female right now, and she wants to hold you down and max hardcore you.
Why is it so bad that there are certain people I want to see sexually violently violated?
That's the way your fantasy life works. It's just it's your noodle. Like you can't help it.
No, but if I don't like them, or just sometimes just
having
people,
violent
even if I do like it, but very violent. But
I'm not saying that.
I mean, I'm talking.
Who are you talking to here? No, I totally like the cuter the better too. Sometimes,
sometimes, yeah. Or the ones that think that
cute
they're
little face. I want to see that face get railed. Oh yeah.
Like I would sit there and totally just have popcorn like a complete psychopath. Just
no, I definitely would
watch it all happen
for sure.
Do I need a poncho for this? Is it gonna get messy?
It could be. Could be with the proper, if I went straight Viking berserker mode, I'd be all into it. I'd be all about it, 100%.
I don't think we can make that kind of animal.
What kind of
berserk?
animal?
The demon.
Oh, okay. No, I was talking about actual Viking berserker eating the shrooms, getting shroomed up.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, sometimes you gotta fucking clarify.
Yeah, it's the same thing, really.
Who are you talking to? Remember?
Really, you could put me in the right mindset for it, is what I'm saying.
I gotcha. All right.
Not that I should ever be put there. I don't think it's a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea.
I could be talked into some weird stuff for sure. I think it was perfectly normal.
I know.
Psychedelics are a thing.
No kidding.
I know.
All right, guys. Well, we are out of here for the night. I hope everyone has a safe and awesome New Year's Eve and have a great day, New Year's tomorrow and such. Do you have anything for me, Missy?
What?
All right, guys. Well, yeah. I'm out of here. I'm going to go on my couch and I'm going to smoke a bowl and that's what I'm going to do. So, kisses on your pink fights on. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye. Hello, Pocket Boy.
I like tacos and burritos.